to see the chat.
Audio?
Yeah.
Beautiful. It is yet another Throughput Thursday, episode 30. This is
Monad
in the
Morning.
It is a great day. We're happy to be here with you all. Thank you all for joining. Today we have an action-packed lineup. We are joined by Eunice, co-founder of Monad. Afterwards, Karma will be calling in for the Mint Conditions segment. And a little bit later on, we will hear from Ravo, a very exciting product building both hardware and software on Monad. There is a lot of momentum, some might say, in the Monad ecosystem currently, and we have a lot to chat through today. Is momentum live on the main Twitter account?
Yes, it is we got it within under a minute. So within a minute, yeah.
That's pretty good. We have Monad in the Morning going live at the same time as a very big announcement for a new initiative called Monad Momentum. Eunice, can you break it down high level for us? What is Monad Momentum? Why is this a new initiative that's being put forward now?
Yeah, absolutely. And in case you missed it, feel free to head over to the website right now. It's momentum.monad.xyz. But it is a program that's been a long time coming with a lot of great minds on the team that have put thought and care into this program. It's effectively the Monad Foundation incentives matching program for Monad native builders and Monad native teams. What this basically means is we are here to provide an additional boost for Monad focused teams to get going and work towards GTM, work towards success within the Monad ecosystem. So yeah, super exciting there.
Definitely exciting. I think incentives as a word gets everyone's attention for sure.
Spidey sense is going.
Yep. Any sort of incentives are always going to capture some attention, but it's been really an interesting time in crypto where a lot of builders are choosing what chain they're going to build on based on the distribution power that the ecosystem has. Mm-hmm. And for Monad, obviously, there's numerous advantages across the board. Certainly, you have a really performant EVM compatible chain. You have a really robust ecosystem for a pre-mainnet environment. Certainly, you have this exceptional community, many of whom are tuned in live today for Monad in the Morning. And so there's a lot of different vectors for momentum, I guess, across the Monad ecosystem. But we know at Monad Foundation that distribution is a really powerful advantage for those who are launching a startup looking to quickly get users in, get feedback from those users, and then ultimately scale up based on what works. So how is this incentive program going to actually work? Say I'm a builder, looking at deploying on Monad. I want some juicy incentives to kickstart my user base and distribution. What might that process look like for teams who are interested?
Totally, yeah. Well, the specific details are obviously listed on the website, but I'm here to call out a couple of the key differences between this incentives matching program versus maybe other incentives programs that you might find within other ecosystems. The big point being the term matching here. The idea is that teams will also put in as much effort and support within the incentives program that they're designing as much as the Monad Momentum program will provide as well. So that's where the matching comes in. It would be up to 1-to-1, and it really depends on the proposals that are brought forth by the project teams themselves. Keep in mind that this is going to be a very competitive program, so only the best proposals will make it to the end, so to speak. And but regardless, the Monad Foundation team is here to be supportive. I think one thing to call out in particular, though, is that generally it's just very hard for startups to succeed. Most startups fail, and I think there's an insanely high percentage across any industry I think upward of 90, maybe even more % of startups fail within the first year. That stat is probably similar, if not higher, within crypto. Don't quote me on that. I didn't do my research here, but just knowing that this is a very tough industry to get into. Now, while there have been a lot of, I think especially because we're a new industry, there is this desire to help a little bit more. When you see a toddler who's looking to grab a toy, you want to help them. And so, in many ways, we're still very much in the infancy stage of crypto startups and crypto companies. So we do want to be helpful, but ultimately that toddler's got to grow up. And, we should also feel that way within the Web3 space as well. The companies that we're building, the apps and protocols that we're creating need to be used by a wide audience, need to be able to gain and build traction organically and not with training wheels in place. And so that can't happen until resources are directed towards teams that are actually building with that sort of intuition in mind and that motivation and that personal momentum in mind. So at Monad Foundation and through this Monad Momentum program, we're attempting to change that. And actually, if you don't mind me continuing my spiel here, one of the reasons why I like the term momentum so much is that it gives such a clear illustration of what this program is intending to do, which is to help boost the inherent skills of a team or the inherent efforts of a team. To tell a very an interesting story, I learned to ride a bike when I was, I think, 5 years old. I remember my childhood street, and my dad was teaching me how to ride a bike, and I had a bike with training wheels on. It was pink. It had the little streamers on the side of the handles. I was cruising, and at some point he was like, "You know what, Eunice, you just got to take the training wheels off," and I was terrified. So when I was first learning how to ride this bike with training wheels on, he would push me, give me a boost, give me that momentum that I needed. Okay, I've got this. I would just turn the pedals with my feet, get going, great. After a couple of times, I just saw my dad just unscrew the training wheels off the bike, and I was friggin' terrified. Holy crap, this is happening. And so the first few times he was holding the handrails for me, kind of just running alongside. And then at some point, he just gave me a big push. And he was like, pedal, 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 don't stop, keep going. And I fell a few times. I might have hit a car or two as well. But, at some point, within a couple of hours, I was learning how to ride a bike all on my own. And so that boost that my dad gave me, that extra momentum that my dad gave me, as well as the training wheels, were effective early on. But ultimately, I can now ride a bike because of my own ability to ride a bike. And that's kind of the illustration here that we want for all teams to think about in terms of their own success. It should really be inner, success that comes from within. So Monad focused teams, Monad native teams and builders, Monad Momentum is for you because we want you on your own to succeed.
We got we're hitting science corner earlier than we typically do in the show, but it does tend to come up. Some physics terms today, gyroscopic stability. It's what keeps the bike upright while the tires are spinning. In this case, product market fit is going to be your gyroscopic stability. We're there to get you there, but then once you have product market fit, you feel more stable and you can build on that. Awesome analogy, Eunice, for what we're trying to do with these builders. How we're looking to help out. I can imagine there's two questions. One would be from users or maybe general community audience. The other would be from builders. And you can choose to answer them in whichever order you would like. I would say the one from the users might be, okay, I see Monad incentives program. What does this mean for me? I'm looking forward to using apps on Monad. Does this have any impact on me? What should I be looking for as someone who's not building a project, but I like crypto and I like Monad? And then the other I could see from the builder standpoint would be, I'm very serious about this. I've taken a risk. I'm betting my career. I'm building in the Monad ecosystem and on my app. What are maybe some things I should consider or think deeply about when applying for Monad Momentum?
Absolutely. Great questions. I'm going to start with the latter because then I think it leads into the former. But for teams that are interested in applying, again, definitely check out the website. There's a lot of really good information in there. But take one step further and open up the application page. Within the application page, there's a couple of links that'll lead you to getting more information. One of them is a set of guidelines in how to write your proposal, how to think about KPIs, and how to think about a winning strategy. So the idea here is that you as a team, you're building your own incentives program. You're figuring out what type of actions do I want to explicitly raise and encourage my users to take. Like that should be the pivotal point. That should be what you want to, what you should be measuring success metrics off of. So, working off of that will then, in turn, translate to users using your applications. And then that segs into the former question, which is as a user that I'm interested in the Monad ecosystem, what does this mean for me? Well, what this means for you is that when you're using Monad applications, you might get a little bit of extra something to get started. Hopefully this also means that you're excited about the projects that you're trying. And along those lines, you should also be giving feedback. That's the beauty about our industry in particular, where voices all over CT are heard and read and listened to, more so than in traditional tech. It's often hard to reach Facebook when you have a concern about, it's been so long since I've used Facebook, what the features are anymore, or whatever it might be. You can give direct user feedback to the apps that you're using here. So there's empowerment there, not just from using and having fun and playing around with apps that are on testnet, but also giving feedback. So to summarize on developers and teams that are looking to apply, definitely take a look at all the resources, internalize them, think deeply about what it means to catalyze your success without an incentives program as well. Again, incentives are meant to be a boost, but long term, where is that pivotal point from an interested user to an acquired user? And then for users, just have fun.
Just have fun. I really like the design of this program for many reasons, but two in particular that I want to call out. One is it's not a one-size-fits-all program. And that allows teams that are applying to actually be very intentional about the specific user acquisition strategy that makes sense in the context of their application. It's not this one size fits all out of the box swimming pool of money where traction, like we often see in crypto, is going to go up 1,000x overnight and then down another 1,000x pretty shortly afterwards. This is designed to be a much more sustainable and customized program that helps these apps achieve longer term traction and longer term success. And as part of that, I think it's a good way to structure this overall, because in crypto, I think partly due to the fact that everything is inherently financialized, you've historically had this lack of, maybe discrimination isn't the right word, but basically apps saying we'll take any and all users, whether they're actually a good fit user for this app or not, because if there's a financial incentive there, then that's the impetus to use the app, not the problem that the app is solving or the way that it's making people's lives better.
Right.
But this allows teams to put forward a really tailored user acquisition strategy and say, hey, I want to target this type of user persona. I want to go find them on, like to your point, other social media platforms, other app platforms, potentially even some cross-pollination between Monad apps. But I just like how this allows seemingly a really high degree of customization of the strategy and a very intentional targeting of the right user for a specific app, because that's ultimately going to lead to sustainable growth. And on the Monad community user side as well, it's like, okay, you don't have to go and try 50 different apps. Go pick a few that you really like, that solve a meaningful problem in your life, that provide you great entertainment, that make your day a little bit better, and really focus on those. So
I was trying to think of an analogy there, and this is probably not a good one, but I'm kind of thinking of like speed dating, where ultimately it's similar, where on one side it's like, okay, well, apps want users, and then on the other side, users want to find apps that like make sense to them. And so like the speed dating element is like, okay, trying a whole bunch of different apps. Maybe the incentives here are like a coffee or a little Hershey Kiss on the table. But eventually you find the right ones. Maybe this analogy doesn't quite work well unless you're polyamorous, but multiple apps, multiple users, more love.
Games on Xbox, maybe. It's like
That's probably a better one. Thanks.
Well, this is part of a broader push. There's a lot going on right now. We had an announcement earlier this week that the execution client has joined the consensus client in being open sourced. A lot of tech updates. The audit competition is live. It's clear that things are happening, and we have also started to see a new tagline, if you will, appearing in some community members, ecosystem contributors, foundation team members, Twitter names, and that is the parentheses mainnet arc. And I think we need to add it to your name, Eunice, and maybe live tweet that out as well. But can we say it is officially the start of Eunice's mainnet arc?
My mainnet arc. All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
Awesome. I don't know who came up with that, but I like that a lot.
I think usually, at least over the last month or two, you're like, who came up with this good idea? And it's been Tunes every single time.
Tunes is the idea guy. Shout out Tunes.
I'm fairly certain mainnet arc wasn't Tunes, but we're just going to give it to him anyways. Just keep feeding him. It's like Saquon Barkley's got 3 touchdowns. Why not 4? Just keep giving him more. Let the big dog eat. Or a little dog for Tunes, I guess. But
fair enough. Going. Are we officially Eunice mainnet arc?
It is official.
We're arcing.
If you somehow don't follow Eunice, first of all, that's crazy. Second of all, go follow Eunice. She's on her mainnet arc. It's a good time to be in the Monad eco.
I don't blame you if you don't follow me. I am admittedly I need to take advantage of this mainnet arc. I'll be tweeting more.
We were talking before we went on camera today. We're inspired by Karma. She is all over the timeline, and Karma's going to come on in just a few minutes, so we can hear directly from her. But I don't want to gloss over the fact that the execution client is now open source. Certainly a lot of chatter about that on Twitter. Some people are like, wow, this is really cool. Some people are like, I can't believe this is all open source before mainnet. Can you speak to like the intention there? Why is this being open source? Can't people just come in and fork Monad now? I'm pretty sure they already have.
Sure, but I don't think that's like really much of a worry for us. Also, if we think about like what crypto is from like an ethos perspective, it is about decentralization. It is about open source. It is about this like interoperability, like being able to what's the word? Like just openly contribute to projects and enable betterment for the masses. But anyway, this was always the plan. We were always going to be open source. Sorry, I shouldn't say we. The code behind the Monad blockchain was always meant to be open source. And so this is just one step closer to the road to mainnet, part of Monad blockchain's mainnet arc, let's say. One of the biggest, I think, well, there's 2 things that I'm going to talk about, but one of the biggest pieces of why it's important is because decentralization is so important to Monad and the Monad Foundation team and to Category Labs. This idea of it being such a prominent point within like the blockchain trilemma, let's say, it's just one of the whole purposes behind crypto in its entirety. The reason why crypto as a concept was even brought up was to reduce this element of having to trust a single. When things are closed source, you have to trust to the greatest degree because you don't know what's behind it. You just have to trust someone for their word. When things are open source, you don't have to trust it. That's the beauty of trustlessness. In trusting what you see, it eliminates the need to trust. Just kind of like, you know, a confusing kind of meta there.
Seeing is believing.
Seeing is believing, yes. So yes, I think that's like one important part of having it be open source, the trustless nature of what we're building with Monad blockchain. But the other thing too is that for all the doubters out there, for everyone who said they're not doing anything, this is proof. We've done it.
I had an actual smart person DM me earlier this week and go, "This is not an Avalanche fork." I was like, "Yeah, man. What do you think? You think it took 3 years to build an Avalanche fork? Like, what are we talking about here?" There's been a lot of random misinformation and skews said about Monad, talking about every single angle. Yeah, I feel like on the open source side, it's just the truth is just, you know, Monad is releasing it, everyone can see, and it's kind of becoming the main thing that people can talk about, right? If you put no information, then everyone will create their own narrative. As you actually set the truth, it lays a foundation for everyone to actually talk about it in a way that's more grounded in reality. I laughed at my friend a lot. I said, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, that's honestly very, very comical.
I'm like, "You're being frivolous by even asking me this."
There was one other point, not to share too much alpha, but we were talking about this last evening, actually on camera, so you can look out for new episode of the Pipeline podcast soon, where we dove in on the importance of decentralization, the importance of open sourcing the code base. And one additional item beyond what you said that Keone mentioned is that the version of Monad that's being pushed to mainnet is great. It's fast, it's cheap, it's decentralized, it's 100% backwards compatible with the EVM, but it is only the first version of Monad.
Yeah.
And with time, there's going to be additional optimizations. Category Labs is already well ahead on research and implementation for some of these new optimizations that are going to make the system more performant, more decentralized. And I think that's just really, really exciting to know that, you know, mainnet, it gets said a lot in the space, but mainnet truly is the starting line, and there's a lot to come after the launch of mainnet, both on the ecosystem side as well as the core technology side, foundation initiatives, community, and beyond. But that line in particular got me really darn excited, because it's like, you can go fork Monad right now. You can go spin up your own implementation, and you can, you know, theoretically try your own optimizations, but
you'll only have V1.
Right, exactly. So that gives a lot of excitement for the future, I think, and it's going to be really cool to see the system get faster and cheaper and more decentralized with time. So if you want to go head to head against James and Category Labs, now you have the ability to do so, which is pretty cool. And I know we're somehow already coming up on time here, but one other thing that I definitely wanted to mention is the upcoming events.
Yeah.
On the other side of the world, there's, speaking of momentum, we got to stick with momentum. There's a lot of momentum going on in APAC, and a couple big conferences coming up with some really cool Monad events that are being planned. So wanted to shout those out as well.
Totally, yeah. And actually, speaking of going head to head with James, one of the events that I'm most excited about is the Monad Doubters Dialogue. So I think maybe some of you have seen tweets about this already, but that's happening in Singapore. I can't remember the day. I think it's like Tuesday, September 29th, maybe Monday, September 29th. Someone please correct me on that.
29th is Monday.
29th. The 29th of September being Monday. That is when Monad Doubters Dialogue is happening. We are inviting all the haters. We're inviting all the doubters, everyone who still has their concerns about what Monad is, what it's about, why it'll succeed. Come meet us. Come with your questions in hand, your doubts in mind. Hasib from Dragonfly, myself, as well as James from Category Labs will all be there to field any and all potentially outrageous questions. We do expect this to be good-natured, so hopefully no mean spirits out there. But I think it'll be a contentious one regardless, and one where there's, I'm sure, a lot of good knowledge nuggets will be shared as well. So if you're in Singapore and you're interested, definitely apply. There's a Luma link out there. Outside of that, there's also two pretty big events that we're hosting called Meet Monad. One is going to be at KBW in Seoul. That's going to be, man, I should really have had these dates up earlier. But one is in Seoul, and this is next week. It might be next day, 25th. Yes, next Thursday, the 25th in Seoul. It's in the evening. Feel free to sign up for that. There's going to be a lot of cool programming. We will also be having a fun live segment with Edward from We Crypto Together. Shout out Edward. So be sure to tune in there. We'll have a ton of Monad native builders in-house as well, along with a really cool NFT showcase. Then the one in Singapore will be the following Tuesday, September 30th. That one is going to be a blast. It is a jam-packed day full of different event segments. Different, what are we calling them? Like categorical segments?
I've been calling them segments.
Segments. Different segments will be featuring DeFi, will be featuring dApps, will be featuring payments, with a lot of really cool speakers that are going to be announced shortly. James will also be there. So again, if you want to hear more of what he's got to say about the future of Monad and what Category Labs is working on, that's another one to keep an eye out for. If you can't be there in person, we will definitely be sharing snippets online and on the timeline, so no one will be missing out. Outside of that, we're going to have a ton of people from the Monad Foundation team on site. I think there's a little over 10 of us going to either Seoul and or Singapore. Find us there. Community, we love you. We know we're going to see you. So can't wait.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. There's a lot going on for sure, and definitely the mainnet arc has begun. But yeah, it really can't be understated that this is the time to ask the questions, to kind of get a little bit of head start on mainnet, to find out what Monad's really all about. And if you've slept on it or haven't really looked into it thus far, that's okay. There's plenty of opportunities to do so now. The code is open source. You can stop by Doubters Dialogue and ask, your toughest questions. And, if you're already a Monad enjoyer, we also look forward to seeing you there. So there's an event for everyone. This is the time to look into Monad. This is the time to discover Monad. This is the time to get on board, because the momentum is picking up for sure at a very rapid pace. Eunice, this has been awesome. Really appreciate you carving out some time to join us on Monad in the Morning. Lots going on, as always.
Lots going on, yes. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks
Have
again.
a good morning.
And we'll run it back soon.
Eunice. Thank you. Just to say how many viewers we are at?
10 million.
Holy smokes. You're watching the #1 stream ever.
In
the history.
The biggest stream of all time. And we are about to have Karma calling in to talk about all things NFTs.
Dude, this was also like the #1 news week for real things Monad put out. And the one thing we cut out of the show was news this morning.
Well,
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
This we started to hit on a couple items of the news, but we didn't do it in the traditional news format. But there is.
We took the big piece of breaking news and went, breaking. This is what you should talk about right now, and it's Monad Momentum. It launched within a minute of the stream, so there's just some other stuff. It was quite literally, it was broken news. Yeah. It was battered and beat down news.
What's up with you standing? Now I feel
much shorter. Oh my God, I was waiting for someone to ask.
I had to go and adjust the camera.
I used to have like sacroiliac joint problems. Like my back basically gets a little out of whack. It hasn't happened in a couple of years, and yesterday morning, done. Sitting in my chair, went to the chiropractor, and it's just messing with me a little bit today. So standing seems to help a little. I might sit down. If you see me standing and sitting, that's the reason.
Yeah, so your head's slightly cut off there.
Oh, what? Nice, dude.
Do we
some height?
We got to put our headphones on.
Do we stand for the rest of the show?
Should I be?
Yeah, come on down.
Woo!
Come on down, intern. And if you are in the audience and you're looking forward to spinning to winning, we will be spinning and you might be winning a little bit later on in the show. Feel free to drop any questions for the AMA in the chat. But for now, we have Miss Wag Me Gently Karma. How's it going on this fine Throughput Thursday?
Hello. Today is indeed a very big day. I was shipping the Monad Momentum, so I couldn't really tune in for Eunice. I will have to rewatch that, but so glad she was able to come on today.
Yeah, same here. It was awesome. We chatted a bit about Monad Momentum, bit about open sourcing the code base, and a bit about some awesome upcoming events on the Asia side of the world. So covered a lot. But Karma, before we dive into the NFT side of things, I know you were absolutely instrumental in helping design the Monad Momentum program, putting together a ton of materials for it over the last couple weeks, many sleepless nights, and a lot of deep thought that's gone into this program. How are we going to incentivize the best builders to come on Monad with the best user acquisition strategies, and how are we going to support them to make sure that those strategies actually result in good user acquisition, which is what everyone wants in crypto these days? Would love to get your thoughts on the Monad Momentum program, maybe a little bit of a tidbit as to where the idea came from and some of the intention behind it as well.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, so many thoughts, so I need to like parse my brain to pick only the most relevant. But I think maybe zooming out and thinking first about incentive programs in general and being honest about, like how they contribute to different ecosystems. I think it's really worth honestly calling out that it's not a solved problem. Like if there was like one efficient way of converting capital into sustainable usage, I think everybody would be doing it. And the true answer is that way simply does not exist. So I think like what we really need to consider as we go into this momentum program is maybe two design choices that we went with to counteract those, like different hardships. And one is the fact that it truly is an incentives matching program. The idea here is to identify teams who have really robust growth programs and then match incentives that those teams have already provided. So that's one call out. And then the second call out is that I don't think we're trying to claim that we are putting forward the program that solves every need. It's much more designed in waves. So in between the waves, we can incorporate feedback from the teams themselves, but also the feedback that we ourselves can glimpse from the data that we will be tracking, of course, extensively. So these are like definitely the two design choices I want to call out. And the key principle behind the program is very much user acquisition and growth. I think in presence of incentives, you will always accomplish raising your sheer user number. So the user number by itself as the singular metric is pretty much useless when actually accounting for growth. And a lot of the program concentrates on, like user, like retaining users. Like how do you actually keep the users engaged and using your protocol? And of course, like how do you create users who are like net valuable for your protocol? Like who are actually your power users that you should be pursuing versus, the what I would consider like tourist capital.
Yeah, it's a couple great points there for sure, and really excited to see some of these strategies start flowing in from teams building on Monad. A lot of these Monad focused teams, because it's not only a competitive program, it's a really great opportunity. And if teams are really thinking deeply about who their target user persona is, where they can go and find them, and then how do they have this nice little flywheel. You onboard the user, you retain the user, you grow the user base. That's what we hope to see on Monad. I know it's what the community hopes to see, and I know it is what the ecosystem hopes to see as well, because they've been building apps for users and they can finally go and get them on Monad. Distribution lives on Monad. Momentum lives on Monad as well.
And I know to add on to that, Danny just said what a lot of different groups would love to see. I want to talk about what I would love to see.
What do you want to see?
As a user of Monad, I'm going to use this chain. What does Monad Momentum mean to me? I want to use Monad. Sounds like Monad's going to be giving incentives out to some projects that are really good. Like, can I get some of that incentive? Does that flow to me? Does that flow to marketing material? How does it work from the user standpoint?
Yeah, very, very fair call outs. So the way you can think about this program is like the incentives flow first to the teams and then through the teams to the end users. So to you, like every single person watching this who is interested in Monad or interested in maybe exploring it a bit later on Mainnet. So the very idea here is that it's the teams who know the best how they can accelerate the growth. They are the ones who know their project the best. They know their community the best. And they should be the ones to decide how they want to reward those top users, how they want to attract net new users, and everything in between. So the very idea here is, and the advantage of the proposals that we are collecting within this program, is that the teams can really put a lot of thought into individual strategies, and then we just support and amplify them versus the Monad Foundation trying to maybe design like one singular system that teams have then like are forced to like squeeze themselves into. I think that's like a huge advantage of this. It's going to be very nimble for the end user, for every single person on Monad. It just means there will be a ton of really fun things to do.
That's the name of the game.
So it is what I think it is in that case. There's going to be
All in one.
ways to earn by using apps on Monad. That's exciting. It's the first time. This is not the first time I actually am hearing this. The character I'm role playing a user on Monad. It's the first time they are hearing of this. I heard about this weeks ago.
Congratulations, intern. Very, very proud of that.
Weird flex.
Yeah, interesting flex, but proud of that nonetheless. Hope I didn't hurt your back there. Karma, we need to talk about NFTs. There's a lot going on, but what is most relevant? What is the new news on the NFT side of things? Would love to
So
would love to
much.
dive in.
Similar to how Monad had a very busy week, there has actually been a really exciting week in the NFT land. Now, let me just struggle around and see if I can share my screen. Or Yusuf, like, let me know if you can share the presentation.
I'm not.
Okay, let me try. Let me try.
I also am just seeing your message.
Well, it's a busy day. Okay, I'm sharing. I'm not quite sure if everybody can see it yet, though. We are seeing
I have.
intern stand and giggle.
I'm laughing at this DM from Tunes. Look at this guy. He's funny.
Tunes is a character, and if you want more tunes in an hour and 15 minutes, he will go live on his spaces. We are pulling up the deck for mint conditions so you can learn about the NFT news and updates. It wouldn't be a Monad in the morning without a little bit of technical support, and Mr. Jessup is cooking on it right now. Just give us 1 minute here as we sort through.
While he sorts it through, can I just say that while the new layout really helps like focus, I'm really missing the side tab with comments that we used to be able to see
Yeah, we
as
need the
guests.
comments. We need the comments.
There's
Yeah, because like honestly, I used to just like crack up the entire time just because like the comments that people are posting are absolutely unhinged and hilarious. And now it's like very, very professional, but it just doesn't fully feel like Monad community.
They're at the bottom.
Wait,
Are
really?
they?
I can't see them.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, there's kind of trade-offs across the board. There's like it's quite actually involved to produce a show like this, especially like on the live production side of things. Like if you're calling in remotely to a stream using software like Restream, then it's pretty easy to do, but Jessup's working through like 3 different softwares that are all linked here, and
On one laptop.
trade-offs kind of across the board, but you know, we work through it, and lately the stream has been looking very good, so you know, we do our best, and that's all we can
That's all.
that's all we
That's
can
all
hope
you
for
can do.
at the
There you
You
go.
know,
at the end of the day.
it looks like we are making progress, though.
Woo!
Bingo! Mint conditions, quick NFT news, karma.
Bang, bang, bang.
There we go.
Amazing. Thank you so much. We are so back. We are so back. Okay, let's start off. So, first, general NFT news. Like the big move is around like OpenSea. They completely revamped their like XP collecting, their Voyages experience. So, as of 2 days ago, instead of just doing XP missions, you actually get assigned chests. And by continuing to do missions, I mean, this is XP farming with extra steps now. You get a chest that's colorful. You can level up your chest. Now, why would you want a chest? Because 50% of all OpenSea fees are now directed to buying up tokens and NFTs. And in 27 days, we will all be able to open up our leveled up chests, and some of us are going to be lucky enough to unveil some pretty valuable NFTs. So currently the most valuable NFT that people will be able to win is Chromie Squiggle by Snowfro. Like it's like what, like 18K floor at the moment. And you know, like also like Pudgy Penguins, like etc. So overall, a pretty fun activation, and every single day OpenSea now announces new buybacks of different NFTs for that treasury. So making big
Interesting.
moves.
So basically,
Yes.
if I'm on OpenSea, I buy some NFTs, I get some JPEGs in my wallet. That's pretty cool. And potentially as a reward for using the OpenSea platform, I might get a chest. And the more I use the OpenSea platform, the more I level up my chest. And the more I level up my chest, the more likely I am to get a rare and potentially valuable NFT when they open. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
That is a nice
OpenSea,
flywheel.
yes, OpenSea heard that we like gambling, so they put gambling in our gambling. And it's honestly like pretty beautifully designed experience. So I definitely like recommend everybody to check it out. Um, all your volume contributes to the advancement of your chests. So even if you haven't like actively pursued this activation so far, if you have a wallet that you've had like a lot of volume on, it's best to check it because very likely you have some valuable chests to claim. So that's the call
Ooh.
out.
That's actually very interesting because I have some down bad wallets from back in the day where I was buying everything and anything that was minting and also sweeping floors on OpenSea. So I will actually have to check
Didn't we
and
all?
see how my chests are doing. I did buy an NFT recently, which is kind of coming out of vacation. I bought an NFT for
What
the first
NFT,
time
Danny?
in a while. I don't know if I
Yeah, tell us.
You are certainly allowed to talk about NFTs that you own on the stream.
Okay, well, I mean, it's probably not a big surprise, but after Armani came on the show, I was like, oh, I'm actually not holding a Mad Lad right now, and that seems like a big mistake. So, not for financial purposes necessarily, but for emotional purposes, Armani is absolutely goated, and the stuff that they are doing at Backpack right now is not only really, really cool, but very much so aligned with like the ethos of the industry. And at Monad, we believe in that ethos as well. So gotta support Armani, gotta support the Mad Lads. And I know Tristan's no longer full time at Backpack, but want to support Tristan as well. Goated team, goated product. So shout out the Mad Lads, shout out
Absolutely
Backpack.
goated. And like a big kiss to Mad Lads if they are listening to this.
They
All
should be.
right, so
Karma, so
let's
one question on the OpenSea chest. They open in 27 days on what, October 14th?
roughly. So like if you go to the OpenSea, like if you actually go to the website, there is a very, very big countdown, and it seems like majority of them is going to open like on the same day, or like maybe the first unlock, and then they will be tranched. There isn't really a lot of details. There's just big countdown to when you can open them, and I think currently it's on 25 or 26 days.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yep. So anyhow, like for everybody listening to this, if you have old wallets, just go and claim some chests. There is a separate reward pool that was confirmed for historic trading activity. So even if something doesn't show up, just like, make sure that you claim your chests. It will take you like 5 minutes. All right. Now the next thing, which I'm super excited about. So this is honestly like one of the most fun NFT experiments we have seen recently, and it has been discussed all across the timeline. People love it or hate it. There's absolutely no in between. Punk strategy. So the entire process here is you have a token. The token has 10% fee on buys and sells, and all that fee is used to buy floor CryptoPunks. Those floor CryptoPunks, as soon as they are bought, they are then listed at 1.2x of the floor price. When they sell, everything from the sale is used to then buy back and burn the Punk strategy token. So it's not really a treasury company. You are not buying the token to speculate on the value of the underlying treasury because they want to continuously sell the treasury. It's like a synthetic way of investing into like the volume of Punk trading activity. And it's pretty interesting. Historically, any tokens that have a very high like sale and buy tax do not perform well, and liquidity dries up pretty quickly just because of it's just so disincentivizing to be paying 10% every single time you touch it. But they are actually like wildly successful. So far, I believe they have bought like 9 punks and sold 1. And now there is also NFT strategy. So the Punk strategy, like everything is done via smart contracts that were recently like decentralized. So like the only changes that can be done is on the fee percentage and at which multiplier the punks are sold. So currently it's 1.2, but it can be amended. And now, because so many forks have popped up, they decided that you can now like basically like launch your own NFT strategy token for each of the official collections. Each of the collections gets just one. And I don't know if I'm rugging or if I just froze across the screen right now on my end. So let me maybe confirm.
You're good.
Great.
Loud and clear.
Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, I just wanted to call it out because I believe the majority of these tokens, like the tranche of first ones, will be launched by the team, which is TokenWorks. They are going to be launched today or tomorrow, I believe, and they are starting with Pudgy Penguins, Bored Apes, Moonbirds, Meebits, and Crypto Dickbuts. A fine selection. And 10% fee is also like going to be implemented on this on these trades, but 1% goes as a collection royalty to the original like founders of the collection, and 1% again burns Punk strategy. So like in a way, all the value accrues to the Punk strategy token, and for sure, it's like again the most exciting, like interesting experiment I have seen in the past months on the NFT side.
Bingo.
Bingo, yes. It's
Oh,
honestly
Monad
super cool.
NFTs.
Yes, we are now moving to Monad, our neighborhood. So I know that Eunice already talked a lot about our events, but I also want to call out that if you are going to KBW, you definitely have to go to Meet Monad because there is going to be an entire amazing like NFTs night and exhibition curated by Cruxful. So I definitely want to shout out them right here and Endgames in particular. Cruxful is onboarding different fine artists onto Monad with very small scale mints, and all the artworks who have been minted on Monad so far are going to be exhibited there on beautiful like digital screens. And there's also going to be presence for many like PFP communities, so you will be able to maybe mint some special things live, get a lot of merch. Long story short, if you're at KBW and you love NFTs, this is the event to show up at.
Bingo. And V2 in Singapore as well, right, Karma?
Yes. So Singapore will not have like an NFT gallery, unfortunately, but it will have a lot of presence from, like your favorite NFTs, some, like abominable inflatable presents as well that shall remain a surprise, and much, much more.
Will you be there, Karma?
Unfortunately, no.
Hmm.
The mainnet arc means you don't get to go and party. You lock in front of your laptop. You can't be traveling across the world.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree with
Ooh.
that. I mean, look, I'm in the same boat. I'm gonna be glued to my computer for until mainnet launches, in which case I'll still probably be glued to my computer even more than I was.
Of course. Then you can
Yeah, I
get
was
on
about to
chain on
say.
Monad.
Then I'm gonna be juicing the Monad momentum and pulling all of the rewards as a user to myself because users are valued and Monad is making it clear in their signaling that that is true. So I will definitely be a user of Monad because I want to be in a community where I'm valued.
What are you most looking forward to doing on Monad? Not like specific apps, but like what are you like what's your first thing? Okay, it's mainnet day. There's probably like 50 million NFT mints. There's I'm sure tokens launching like
Yeah.
crazy on chain. There's going to be a lot to do. Like that goes without mentioning the app ecosystem and
That's right.
um, like what's going to be first. Like you sit down,
Yeah.
imagine like everything's super smooth, right? Like mainnet launches off and you have no other responsibilities besides being a user.
Okay.
What do you do?
I feel like I will want to troll all of my buddies who like are crypto natives working crypto but aren't on the Monad team. And so I'll probably set up my wallet. Like I don't know, hopefully there's a naming service so I can get like uh my own like ENS essentially on Monad. I'm gonna go sweep a ton of NFTs and then basically just screenshot it and send it into those chats and be like, "Are you not a Monad NFT whale? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're using an L2 right now, dude. That's so embarrassing." And then basically just make fun of them until everyone else comes in. Because yeah, I guess like for my part, I've been talking about this for so long. Like, I have to be a whale on chain on Monad, so I'm gonna scoop projects early. Probably trade around some meme coins, be punting there. But yeah, I think basically trying to use my stuff to poke fun at my friends as much as I can. That's probably my first 24 hours.
That sounds like fun. Karma, do you have any ambitions for day one mainnet user arc?
So my big hope is that all the NFT founders can coordinate. I mean, I'm doing my best to help with that because guys, just do not all mint on day one. Like that's going to be a pandemonium. So my hopes are that I will, do some mints day one, but it's not going to be all of them. Like I hope that the fun will be spread out. And other than that, I'm actually like a huge fan of LPing lately. I just absolutely love yield farming. And that's because I'm such a shitty trader. I just need to take everything and I need to allocate it into the pools and I need to not look at it for a while. That is my strategy and that's what I'm going to be doing.
Ah, so you're just going to be looking at high volume tokens and you're going to be LPing?
I'm just gonna be LPing across the board. Like literally every single like highest APR like pair, like I'm gonna be there.
Karma
So,
liquidity arc.
so does that mean you will target teams that were selected for Mana Momentum and then go and LP there because you're looking for juiced rewards?
Absolutely. Like who do you take me for?
Okay, you heard it here first.
Where does the yield
I did
come
not think
from?
we were going to get a
Now
yes
we
on
know.
that. Yeah. Where does the yield come from? Karma's
Karma.
Momentum Program. Oh my goodness.
After years of mystery, it's finally been cleared up. Incredible. It's gonna be
You're
a
all
ton of fun.
welcome.
It's gonna be a ton of fun. I would imagine early days of mainnet are probably a bit hectic across the board as people kind of scramble around to figure out like what apps are there to try, what tokens are worth looking at, what NFT communities are really doing something new, doing something different. And I actually think that's going to be, particularly in the early stages of Monad, the number one way to capture attention is doing something different. If the experience that you're bringing to Monad feels exactly like a experience that's been beat to death on Solana or L2s or ETH mainnet back in the day, like people probably aren't going to be very interested to do that because they already know the game, they already know how it plays out. But if you're able to do something that new, I think that's where you can really shine, especially as like a community driven project from early stages. Obviously long term Monad Momentum is going to be pretty awesome opportunity for teams to kind of crack sustainable user acquisition and get to more of like a steady state there. But you just have to imagine the first couple days of Monad Mainnet are just absolutely hectic as
Pandemonium. I remember Dan, my old boss at CMS, when there wasn't like a ton going on in the market, usually people will overtrade themselves and that actually ends up hurting them. So one of the ways that he would prevent that would be like make a small sub account and he'd try to trade from $10,000 to $1,000,000. And I foresee a lot of people doing that in like the first week of Monad Mainnet, like trading from 1K to 100K or like 10K to 1,000,000, like trying to hit that. I mean, there's going to be a ridiculous amount of things happening. There's going to be like millions of coins created, NFTs blowing off the top. Karma's going to be in the LP pools. So
I think it's fair to say if you hit an ethical 100x on the first week of mainnet, we'll shout you out on stream. Can we do that?
we will absolutely shout you out on stream. It can't be like one of those low lick things where you own the token though. It has to pass the quality filter.
Yeah, that's right. That's ethical. Like,
Yeah. And to be clear, the quality filter is basically Danny and I look at each other and go, should that count? Okay, it counts. Yeah,
It's the rule system I'm on in the morning.
It's the same rule system I'm on in the morning. We're consistent across the board with the rule system. We create rules and then we follow them, but we always follow them, even if we have to create new ones.
One thing
Honestly, oh, sorry. I feel like it's actually a cool feature for some like dev or for some of the dexes to actually implement, like automatically have a dashboard that shouts out every single trade that hit 100x.
ooh,
Hmm.
that would be pretty cool because it's not so frequent that there's going to be a lot of names on that leaderboard. Like you get some pretty good credit if you actually hit the 100x and make it on the leaderboard. I like that idea, Karma. One thing that I've
The
been thinking about
100x
as
club.
well. One thing that I've been thinking about as well is my beloved profile picture on Twitter. I think probably very few people were around when I first got that profile picture, but I called it, I don't know if this is like truly fair, but I called it the first Monad NFT for a while because while it is an NFT on ETH mainnet, it was like custom designed. I commissioned an artist to do it, and I really liked this artist's work previously, and I had him design this like really cool, at least I thought, Monad NFT. And he minted it and he sent it over to me, and now I have that NFT forever. It's been my PFP for over 2 years now, which is pretty long tenure. However, I might reconsider changing that PFP on Monad mainnet if I am impressed and excited enough by a particular meme or NFT or project.
I can't wait to get Cryptoons' wallet name and then hold it hostage for ransom.
Cryptoons ENS.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You mentioned domains, but I believe ENS will also work on Monad, right?
I don't know. It's a better question. I might ask somebody. That's a good question. I want to know the answer to this.
I mean, I'm like really going back here at least a year, but I remember there was some conversation with some of the Category Labs folks, and my conclusion from that conversation was that ENS will work out of the box on Monad. However, I am not entirely sure of that. So
should. It's the same address.
Best to do your diligence before you do anything crazy there, but Karma, anything you want to leave the community with today, whether it's on the NFT side of things, whether it's on the Monad momentum side of things? But before we wrap up this segment, hit a quick break and come back with the Ravo team. Any final alpha or closing message?
Yeah. Actually, I must beg Jessup for like maybe 2 more minutes because like I really wanted to shout out some more NFT projects on Monad specifically. It will be quick, I swear, I swear. Okay, guys, bear with me. So very, very brief, like top lines. There is going to be a third Chog testnet collection, apparently. So is the word of this on the streets, in the trenches. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Chog is also just like verified, like they got their golden check mark. So like congratulations to them. It's always a struggle. And Scrumpies is officially one of the first NFTs, if not the first NFT on Monad testnet that actually translated to, rewards for users. So people who registered in Switchboard Discord with their Scrumpy, like owners of the NFT on Monad testnet, actually got a pretty sizable airdrop. So, Monad NFTs are already doing more for you than some other ones. Pretty amazing. Chogs, yeah, pretty cool. Chogstars have expanded their branding to TikTok and are now doing like pretty cute, like heartwarming animations there. So definitely give them a follow if you're a fan of TikTok. Also give a follow to Weekrev and some of the other like community members. Like Monad TikTok supremacy is slowly growing in a grassroots way. And as the mainnet nears, I also wanted to shout out, like we're seeing more and more like pretty awesome collabs between different brands and different projects. And I wanted to definitely shout out Siluminati and Overnats here. They are doing some pretty fun stuff together. And as our Monad hidden gem of today, I really wanted to shout out Big Chuck Energy. He has been working so hard on NF Temple. It's a really fantastic website. If you are just wanting to browse Monad NFTs, it's completely like community sourced. It has all the links that you would need for the collections. It has all the NFTs on testnet that the collection has already released. So you can just, copy them from there and use the links from there as to not get like, rugged on like copycat collections. It also has the teams listed and a lot of information about every collection. So it's a fantastic resource for the community to browse Monad NFTs, which is, untouched by the team. We didn't really do this. This is all Big Shug energy, and I just want everybody to give him some love because he's working on this by himself. Pretty amazing stuff. And see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. a Friday for NFT. That's it.
Shout out Big Chog Energy. Shout out NFT. Shout out all the Monad builders and contributors on the NFT side and beyond. As always, Karma, pleasure to have you on chatting about all things NFTs and Monad momentum as well. Big shout out for all the work you put in on that program. Super excited for the applications to start rolling in and everyone in the ecosystem to start reaping the rewards of Monad momentum. We will be right back with Ravo, who is building hardware and software on Monad, the smart glasses for Monad. We will be here in 5 minutes with Jackson, the founder of Ravo. Stick around. We'll catch you in a few.
I'm just gonna hold it so it's super awkward.
Ravo.
Got 100 on my dash, got 200 in my trunk. Name in the grab bags, put my Bible in the trunk. Like a fighter on the top of my binocular trunk. How can I make
Come on,
a
Ed.
popular pop 'em when I want?
Well, that is extremely unfortunate because I just had a really awesome monologue, but we didn't have the audio on. Keone's mainnet arc has just begun. That was a banger video. Shout out Savant who put that together. We're going to post it tomorrow morning off the pipeline, probably off mainnet main account as well, because the mainnet arc has begun. Absolutely love that Keone core. Don't go anywhere because we have another segment on Monad in the morning. We will be joined in just a second by Jackson, founder of Ravo, building smart glasses on Monad, and a very timely day to chat it through. There's been a lot of conversation about smart glasses overall. So let's get Jackson on board here. Welcome to Monad in the morning. How's it going?
Hi, how's it going, everyone? Yes, pretty good, pretty good. So excited for the morning in the morning.
Excited to have you here. Love the glasses. I would assume those are none other than
Yeah, for sure.
the
Let me
Ravo
take a photo
glasses.
of you guys, and yes, just do it.
That's super cool. Can you
Actually sick.
Can you walk us through, because unfortunately we don't have our own Ravo glasses yet. We will, but we got to learn, what are the Ravo glasses that you and the team are working on?
No problem, no problem. Let me do some explanation for our glasses. So first of all, we are the AI glasses, and that's it. That's all of it. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, we are not only for the AI glasses. For example, for the basic functions, the AI glasses can take photos, listen music, and play videos, and call with other people's. So that's a basic function, as I said before. So more of it, we do have our AI agent platform. So through our AI agent platform, we can use voice command to any services that we want. So we can do the food delivery, ride hailing, and in the future we can also connect to the IoT and also maybe command to the robot. So something like that. And more importantly, this open system, this AI agents ecosystem is open source. So anyone can deploy their own agent in the platform. And more importantly, because the glasses have a camera over here, so we can capture from first-person video. So these kind of videos, we can directly train the robots and also what model in the future. And there are growing demand for the data like this. So people can wearing the glasses by earning it. So imagine that you don't pay for the glasses. Glasses will pay for your everyday moments.
Wow. There is a lot to unpack there. We have AI glasses, open source agents, ability to deploy your own agents
From your glasses.
from the glasses. You can use the agents or the glasses to train robots. I don't even know where to begin here.
I have one question on this. So it just so happens that we are blessed by having Jackson on the show the day after Meta's glasses debut, right at Meta Connect. What was your take on that, and what do you think about what they are doing on the glasses side? Just I think it provides a place where people can see what this, the big company Meta is doing, and then if they can relate what Ravo is doing relative, it'll just help them understand.
Yeah, actually, they are always great, and they are definitely the best glasses ever had in around the world. I also do have the Ray-Ban glasses as well, but for the latest version, they do have AI cameras. They also have the AR for display, but I think in this stage, display is not mature right now because the weight, the price is $800, and also the battery is not enough for a whole day. So mostly right now, for the main use case in the AR glasses, will be the normal AR glasses for Ray-Ban Meta, who is launching from last year. So we are building the same prototype and the same product with the Ray-Ban Meta for the last product, and also in next year when the market is more mature for the display and also camera glasses, and we will also launch our own product that combine the AR and the AI together.
So
Hell yeah.
I actually I've had both pairs of the Meta glasses, and I use them because I do so much video stuff, and so I thought they would be great. One of the things that I do not like about them is they only shoot in portrait mode. What are your guys' gonna do?
Yeah, we can do both, like portrait and also vertical.
Landscape, yeah. So
Yeah,
you can
landscape.
choose.
Yeah,
You can choose.
yeah, you can choose. You can choose this definitely.
And how do you transfer the files? That's one of the other things that I found to be clunky on the metas is that the transferring. Do you guys have a micro SD of any kind, or how's the storage?
Actually, we are storing the local for the like storage in here, and also if you connect to our application in the phone, you can also like store in the phone as well. And also, if you want to store in the cloud, also in like Web3 decentralized cloud, it also can happen.
Nice. Jackson, I have a suggestion. I think a really good way to market this product would be to send it to the hosts of Monad in the morning so they can try them out and talk about them and wear them on the show. I think that would be a fantastic idea. So just throwing it out there, if you'd want to get in contact, I think that would do a lot for product sales.
Yeah, definitely. It is in the plan actually. And I do have
Oh,
like white
nice.
transparent one and also black one here. We are going to finalize our design for the logo. So probably next week we will have our finalized products. So and during the token, I will bring two prototype to the like Mona in the morning.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Let's go. Thanks, Jackson. I'm really excited to check these out firsthand, for sure. Curious as well because I think we've at least touched on the high level of what the product is and what it does, and how it differs from the Meta Ray Bans. But what's the crypto element here, and why is this launching on Monad as opposed to taking any number of different approaches?
Yeah, no problem. Let me do the explanation. So for the first thing, for the crypto, right? The most important thing is privacy and the data ownership. This is will be like most important thing in the future because if I wearing the glasses, I go to the like bathroom, for example. So what would happen if that take like photo like didn't notice me? It may happen, right?
It
Yeah,
could
some
happen.
product happened before, like for the phone, it's not iPhone, like small companies, and because of it, like for example, dipping. Dipping is the most important thing is the data source, right? Like users contribute data source, and the data will be consumption by the data buyer. And in the past few years, like in the past decade, like giant companies selling our data to everyone, and they get richer and richer, and we send nothing as just consumer, normal consumer. But in our side, your data belong to you. You not only have the data ownership, but also you can monetize your data into the like open ecosystem. For example, if I shopping food, if I floating codes, if I like playing golfing, something like that, that kind of data doesn't like interact with me for the privacy issue, and I can contribute this kind of data to train the robots. And robot companies will pay us back as the beneficiary of the data monetization. Yeah, and for the second question, why Monad? I think the basic answer is the like infrastructure of the Monad, it do have like high growth, and also it can help us do the scale and when we doing the like daily interactions. And the most importantly is you guys, the people from the Monad, not only from the community but also from the ecosystem and from the growth team. I think we are in the best community that ever had in the Web3 sectors.
Could not agree more, for sure. It's exciting.
I was literally going to make a joke when you were talking about why Monad and be like, oh, it wasn't because the host of Monad in the Morning said that they'd wear your glasses every day on stream. But then you were like, yeah, it actually kind of, that's helps.
Yeah,
that
that's
helps. That's it. Nice. Okay, perfect.
Bingo.
That's also my answer. Yes.
Perfect.
We got an interesting question from the community, and I want to ask some community questions because our previous segments have been so rapid fire, we actually didn't get to any. But Cristiano78303 asks, Jackson, most smart glasses projects fail because people don't actually want to wear the glasses all day, every day. Why is Ravo different? How are you going to avoid becoming another Google Glass story?
Yeah, actually, Google Glass fails because not only that the user don't want to wear the glasses, but also for the like the design of the glasses. On that time, it was too heavy, and they don't have like much utility on our real life. So in the normal day, we cannot wearing the glasses. But with the Meta, like who launched from the last year, have to do the mass adoption to the users around the world. Almost 10 million sales in total, like during 2 years. So it means in the future we do have like more mass adoption to the users in the future, and because of AI, because of the because of the ecosystem, and more importantly because we can earn from the glasses. Yeah. So I'm wearing the glasses almost 1 year, but if I'm wearing Ray-Ban, I will earn more than I have ever had. I don't need to pay for the Ray-Ban, right?
That certainly is compelling. Who doesn't like free stuff?
Are you going to have an option for prescription? So if like somebody wants to have prescription lenses.
Yeah, for sure. We offer the prescription for the lenses.
Wow, that's pretty cool as well. We're getting a lot of questions on pricing and timelines as to when people could actually get their hands on a physical pair of Ravo glasses. If you want to speak to those timelines and also how the economics are going to work.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, we are planning to do the pre-sale on October, so it's like combination with the Mona Manet. And after 1 month of pre-sale, and we will do the shipping to the users. And for the price, I cannot announce the price right now because we are already finalized the price, but we cannot announce it right now because it will be a bigger stage for the marketing. But I will make sure definitely the price is reasonable. It's the best price in the dipping sectors, and also is one of the best price in the whole sector of the smart glasses.
Beautiful. Absolutely love it. Let's see. We have another question from Platon BBT, which we started to touch on earlier, but the question basically is around privacy and security. And obviously, you mentioned that crypto is a good environment to build on if you want this, true data privacy, this censorship resistance, and all these benefits that decentralized systems offer. But specifically for Ravo, what privacy and security measures are you implementing to protect sensitive data, facial recognition, audio recordings, etc.?
Yeah, for example, the privacy is one of the most important thing for the Web3 product and also for the AI glasses. So for the data monetization, we only focus on the data without privacy right now. For example, when I chopping food, when I do the folding the clothes, so it won't like have correlation with the privacy issue. But on the other hand, when we take photo of my friend, when I do the recording for the meeting, this kind of data, we won't touch it. So user can keep it on their own storage, not only in the glasses, but also in the application as well. So we will differentiation by two parts of the data. So one data is for monetization, and the other one is for the privacy.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense, and it's obviously a really important area. Like the user trust, I think that can be quickly accumulated by doing things in that manner is, something that can't really be understated. It's obviously quite important.
I kind of have a follow up on that. So, on the Meta glasses, whenever somebody is recording, there's a light that shines in the middle of the glasses, and then there is another company that was releasing some glasses that got some controversy because they were kind of promoting that their glasses were for filming in secret. And I'm curious, like, how do you know, like, if somebody is wearing these glasses, how do you know if they're recording, or how do you guys approach that?
Yeah, for now, if the glasses follow the legacy legacy privacy issue with the Europe, so when taking photo, for example, like this, there are also the light happens in here. But if some companies didn't follow the rules, they may not turn off the light. So we won't know if they are recording us in privately, in secretly. But for us right now, we do have a light, as you can see. So privacy is important for us. It's important for everyone.
Beautiful. And maybe a little bit too early to ask this question given the announcement just went live on the show, but have you already had a chance to check out the Monad Momentum incentives program? And if so, curious if you have any thoughts on it.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good things. Like for the incentives to the people using the application in Mona, right? We are the application as well.
Exactly. Are you thinking about applying for the program?
For sure, definitely we are applying the program.
Beautiful. Well, absolutely love to hear that. I know a lot of applications will be trickling in, but it's going to be pretty darn cool, I think, to have some juicy incentives for the teams building on Monad and the users using these Monad applications, and in this case, hardware. Pretty darn cool.
I would love nothing more than to receive a pair of Ravo glasses to wear them on in the morning from Jackson himself while the Mana Momentum program is going. And
that's a flywheel.
You have your secret, secure. What's the word I'm looking for?
No idea.
Where like no one can see your data.
Oh, private
Data being stored locally or in the cloud, and also incentives are flowing in for just wearing the glasses. I'm looking forward to this future. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I will make. Yeah, I will make sure after the token in Singapore, you guys will wearing the glasses in the Monad in the morning.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Beautiful.
also when you're wearing the glasses, you may look bright.
What is the resolution of the video camera and the photos?
Resolution. Actually, I would say similar to the Ray-Ban Meta, but right now, as the Ray-Ban Meta is better than us, we are doing the algorithm for now, and we will do better, and when we having more users.
Well, to attest to some of the camera quality, I saw some pretty cool content over the past month coming out of the Monad founder residency that was actually shot on the Ravo glasses. So I believe there's some videos up on Twitter. If you go follow at Ravo_XYZ, you can actually see some demos that have been shot with the prototypes, which I think is really cool. And another feature that it seems like you're working on, which I don't think we've talked about at all on the show today, is the live translation feature. Can you speak to that? Is it similar to what Apple is now rolling out with the Apple Bluetooth headphones, or how is that going to work?
Yes, it is similar to the Apple like iPhone. Yes, in this case, when you're talking with me in front of me, so I can hear the Chinese, for example, Chinese through the glasses. And on your side, when I talking about Chinese, you can like watching my phone, and it will translate like in real time to English. So we can like like communicate it directly in different language.
Wow. These are literally the all-in-one super glasses on the
All in one.
all-in-one EVM chain. This is super exciting. There's so many features that you guys have jam-packed into this really cool product. I'm curious, like, where did the initial inspiration come from, and how long have you and the team been working on this project?
All right, no problem. Actually, we are building the AI glasses for more than 1 years. Before the 1 year, we are building the AI agent. Actually, we are doing the AI agent and also AI applications. But on that time, we found that it is really difficult building a software, only a software in Web2 sectors, because the software are seamless. There are no barrier of entrance for the software because we can build, like we can using AI to helping us to build the products. So we are like thinking about which products, which kind of hardware is the entrance, like gateway to the future. And in my sense, because camera, because the glasses is wearing on my face all the time, it can hear and it can talk with me, and then also it can saw what I saw right now. So it will understand who we are, and it will learn like train the better of me. So the glasses will be the front end of the user behavior and user conversation platform. And there are also one unique feature that I haven't talked about yet before, like in today. So we do have AI avatar in the glasses because I wear
No
the
way.
glasses all the time. The glasses can learn my behavior, and by learning my behavior, it can act like me. For example, I already have my sales avatar, and this sales avatar can help me to sell the product of the label, and it can do the explanation of what is label and what is POV data, and also actually the price of the label. It can like by directly talk with the my avatar.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty cool.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, like, one, you're thinking of, like, from first principles, okay, glasses are the medium that people will use a lot of this technology going forward. Glasses are the gateway to the future, as I believe you said. And then you're kind of like anticipating what
Yes.
that future experience is going to look like, what features people are really going to leverage. And I think the combination of AI agents and the whole AI aspect of the back end is really cool. One kind of obvious question is, like, what is the background of your team? Like, where did you get this idea to create the gateway for the future?
Oh, that'll be more interesting to this. Actually, I started my first company when I was like 18 years. So it will be 10 years ago. So in the first year of my university, and I sold that company a year later. So that's my first money earned from the startups. So afterward, I started like several companies before, and it's all like the platform services. So not only the search engine, but also Ride Harley in Canada, and also the education platform. And that's me. And from my teammate, I also have teammate from Huawei, from Apple in the Siri department. So he's mainly focused on the voice interaction with the users. And also I do have my co-founder from the Brown University, and he's doing the AI researchers in Tsinghua University as well. So that's our background, and I do have other teammates. Haven't mentioned that, but we do have same thought about the future. So we are building this together. And actually, for my team, we only sleep 6 hours each day for almost 1 month, more than 1 month actually for me. And we work 6 days a week. And yeah, that's cool. We are building the
Absolutely.
future, and we believe in what we are doing right now.
Absolutely love to hear it. It's a really, really cool backgrounds on the team, and now this is starting to add up. When you mentioned that you have people who have worked on Siri, for example, at Apple, where some of these very forward-thinking ideas that are all really coming together in this one single product. And again, that's the gateway to the future. I love that tagline for sure. And if I had to make a suggestion for any upcoming content, there's been a couple questions about the digital twin feature and the live translation feature. So my recommendation would be to demo that in the marketing materials and first party content that you and the team are working on, because I think showing firsthand the power of these glasses, what they can do, how they differentiate from other products on the market, is really going to be a helpful visual for people to grasp and get really excited about Ravo, as we are today on Monad in the Morning. Very exciting stuff, and certainly looking forward to having the opportunity to rock them on the show, live and in person, and create content with them as well. That's going to be a ton of fun.
The first time I
we
actually
are
bought
doing this next week.
So the first time I actually bought some the first metas was because I took my son to Universal Studios, and they make you, like, I wanted to film on the roller coaster, but you have to take everything out of your pockets, and they make you walk through a metal detector. But they don't make you take your glasses off. So I got some cool footage of us on the roller coaster with the glasses, and it's like it enabled the ability to do some cool stuff. So,
dude, I saw the MetaConnect announcement last night. Like, I went and watched the takeaways and the big announcements, and the new iteration of their glasses is nuts. You have like the neural band.
I did see that, yeah.
And you're just walking, your texts pop up, you can like reply and do all your shit, like take photo. It's crazy. I'm definitely buying it. It comes out September 30th. I'm going to buy it, and then when my Ravos finally come in on stream, I'm going to put the Ravos on and throw the Meta ones in the trash can and light it on fire just to show how good the Ravos are. I can't wait to try these out, Jackson. And I'm very happy that you were able to join us on the stream today. This was a blast.
Awesome. Yeah, Jackson, again, appreciate
I'm really happy as well.
Appreciate you joining. If you have any final thoughts or closing message for the Monad community who's tuning in, I'm sure spamming the follow button on the Ravo Twitter and chomping at the bit to learn a bit more about what you're cooking and when it's coming out. Again, appreciate you coming on, and before you hop off, feel free to leave any closing thoughts or message for the community.
Just one more closing thought. So join our Discord, and we are giving the early users the best benefit. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for your time, guys.
Thank you, Jackson.
Thank you,
awesome.
Jackson, and look forward to trying out the Ravo glasses very, very soon. We'll have to have you back on the show at that point. But until then, good luck to you and the team. I know it's a very intense time.
Yeah, good luck to you guys.
Catch you, Jackson.
Thanks, Jackson. Well, if you are tuned in remotely here on Monad in the Morning, it is probably your favorite time on your favorite day of the week. It is Throughput Thursday, and it's time to spin the wheel. We got a lot of great questions from the community. We've seen a lot of great clips on the timeline over the past week, and we are going to spin for those who asked great questions, those who have created great clips, and we are going to spin especially for Deca Tan, because I have been told we owe you a spin. So,
Deca Tan.
Deca Tan is getting a spin. The headphones are off. We're getting serious. Intern is maybe gonna kill himself trying to pick up the wheel.
Christ.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna end up make an intern do 50 push-ups on stream.
Oh,
50
brother.
push-ups I could do. I pick up that wheel, never.
We have a couple empty slots on the wheel that we have to fill in, and I don't have any prizes necessarily.
What about some Ravo glasses?
Are you
Am I authorized? I don't know. I don't know. It would be pretty cool, though. I know we talked about... Actually, can we discuss this live on stream? Probably almost definitely not. Never mind. Never mind.
I'm now curious what you want.
We've been discussing other things that could go on the wheel, but we can't talk about it yet.
I guess we can leave some blank spots if we don't have anything in mind to put, especially
What
on
about-
the wheel.
Let's put some Ravo glasses on there.
Dang.
What are those? Dude, the Meta ones are like $800.
Yeah, I know.
Like the Ravo, that's a real product.
He
We're
did
like
not
buying
announce,
you-
Jackson did not announce the price point yet.
I know, but
he
I'm
did
saying
say
if
that they were
Meta's-
going to be the cheapest ones, like the cheapest price out of all the glasses out there. He did
so
say
maybe,
that.
well, I know Meta has some that are $379.
That's the one that I have.
Okay. They also just released the new Oakley ones.
There are.
They seem kind of cool. I don't know. It has like the motion. It has a motion
Stabilization?
stabilizer in the glasses,
see,
so it's like
that's-
for sports. It's pretty cool.
See, I would have. Yeah, I bought too early.
Dude, I am good. No, just buy the new ones. I'm
Okay,
telling
yeah,
you,
just
it's
buy
sick.
more.
Just buy
buy
more of
them,
them. Yeah.
Just deploy more capital.
Yeah.
Did we
The
put
wheel-
Ravo glasses on there?
We put Ravo glasses on the wheel. That's going to be a figure it out later kind of deal. But if you...
Intern's making the budget request.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
wait, shit.
But we'll see. I did just put Ravo on the board, so
Something from
for
Ravo.
avoidance of doubt, we'll give you some sort of Ravo related reward, but I can't really promise specifics because we had an empty slot on the wheel and we pivoted to put that on there. First up, though, Deca Tan. Let's get it. Decatan pipeline hat. Pretty good Decatan for the makeup spin pipeline hat. One call out because we've had some confusion. The prizes on the wheel are somewhat arbitrary. You can get a good prize, you can get a not so great prize. If you get a prize you have had previously, like merch or a pipeline hat, we're unfortunately not able to duplicate your prize. So we obviously appreciate those who are tuning in for 30 episodes in a row. If you have tuned in for 30 episodes in a row and you're a loyal question asker, chances are you've won Monad merch. Chances are you've won a pipeline hat. So we're not able to duplicate that if you win twice, but rest assured you are seen and you are appreciated as a loyal super fan of Monad in the Morning. Do we have a VIP role on here? Oh, okay. We do have the VIP role, and many of our super fans have the VIP role on Twitch. It's a pretty cool role. So, without further ado, next spin is for Cristiano 78303, who asked a great question of Jackson. Cristiano, this one is for you. What do we got? What do we got? No. Oh, this is an unfortunate one. There is no prize. I love you.
Oh, you get Danny's love at least. Dang, could you imagine tuning into Mana in the Morning 32 weeks in a row? 30 weeks in a row?
30.
30 weeks in a row, and it's finally your time. You couldn't be more excited. And Danny just goes, I love you.
See you next week. I love you.
We'll see you next week.
Next spin is for Mexi877, serial question asker. Mexi, we appreciate you being here week in and week out. Here you go. Respin.
I have a feeling James would trash this wheel this week, minus the Ravo glasses. Also, he did say I had to remove the James's car because he's locked in for his GTA 6 arc.
I know. What was that? How about his tweet the other? He replied, he's like, "What's mainnet arc?" And then I hit him with the grandma meme, and now he's just like, "All right, I'm GTA 6 arc."
I was gonna change mine to DevNet arc.
Yeah. Testnet arc. Yeah, just moving backwards.
All right, Mexi, respin. No way. Respin. This one's for Mexi. Pipeline VIP role, and it is very fitting. Mexi getting the Pipeline VIP role on Twitch. Next spin is for Mirth Mono. Asked a good question for Jackson. Kevin, you want to take the spin for Mirth Mono?
Mirth Mono, I believe it is not the first time that I've spun for you on the show, so I'm hoping that it is good luck for you
Ravo
today.
glasses.
Ravo for Mirth Mono on his second spin of the show.
Respin.
Respin.
Wow, that respin button is sticky.
Monad swag.
Monad swag.
Bingo. Mirth Mono getting some Monad swag. If I remember correctly, Mirth may have previously received swag, but I'm not sure. So we will get in touch with you after the show and figure it out, Mirth Mono. If you have not received swag, today is your day. You will receive swag. Next up, we have It's Nacho 79, another loyal Pipeline Monad in the Morning super fan. Nacho, we appreciate you, and this one is for you. Respin. This thing is sticky today. Plushie. If Nacho doesn't already have a plushie, Nacho is getting a plushie.
Well,
Nacho
there's a few
plushie.
options, so.
Okay.
Through that as well. Yeah, multiple options. Nacho and any of our prize winners today, please hit up at SSSAVANTTT on Twitter. A call out that it does sometimes take a few days or, potentially even over a week to distribute the prizes. We do appreciate the patience. We will get to you as soon as possible. However, it is not anyone's full-time job to distribute the Monad in the Morning prizes, so we have to juggle that with all of our other responsibilities, and things are cooking in the Monad sphere of the world. There's a lot going on, so appreciate the patience. If we haven't followed up with you in a couple days, rest assured we will get to you. Feel free to send a follow-up if it's been a few days, but you don't need to spam or tag in the group chats. That has happened a little bit, and it does not accelerate our ability to send out prizes quickly. We do appreciate your patience. If we owe you a prize, we will get you a prize. Next spin is for Admiral FTW, another longtime Pipeline superfan. Shout out Admiral. Let's see. What do we got?
Added some music, so it's sounding spicy.
Oh, a little tilt of the wheel.
Monad swag.
Monad swag.
Monad swag, Admiral. If you don't have it already, you get it today. Shout out Admiral. Next up, we have a Clipper who took the timeline by storm this past week. I want to make sure I get the handle exactly correct. It is Jibs at JIBZ89 on Twitter. Bunch of good clips from many recent episodes of Monad in the Morning. So this spin is for you, Jibs. Pipeline VIP, it is fitting. Jibs, if you could get in touch with us and confirm your Twitch handle, we will be able to add the Pipeline VIP role on your account. That is great. And last but not least, we got a spin for the We Cut Room, which I believe is being created by Naive, longtime community member. But the We Cut Room at We Cut Room is a new page where the Chads over at Woolly Eggs, Naive and team, are clipping all things pipeline, past episodes of the podcast, Monad in the Morning, other videos and content that we've done. They've racked up 120 followers in about a week, and I am expecting that page to absolutely explode. The volume of clips is crazy. They have 6, 7, 8, 9 clips in the last 24 hours, and that is extremely commendable. So this spin is for the We Cut Room. Hit it, intern.
I got it.
The trickle. What's it gonna be?
Monad delayed a year.
Monad is delayed by a year thanks to
A
the
year?
fantastic clipping. We gotta respin that.
Yeah,
I'm making a new rule. That is bogus. Plushie for the We Cut Room. I might be remembering incorrectly, but I think we might have shipping issues to the jurisdiction that We Cut Room is headquartered out of. So as a peace offering, in case we're not able to send that out, it's gonna be a follow from Maine. I'm making the rule. So if
we have to follow the rules.
if we can't send out the plushie to the Chads working on the We Cut Room, what we can do is we can follow the page that has some of the best clips of Pipeline and Monad content from the main account. And I do encourage anyone who tunes into the Pipeline to go follow at We Cut Room. That is at We Cut Room on x.com. This was Monad in the Morning, episode 30. Thank you all for being with us. Almost 30 straight weeks in a row. I think we took 1 week off in the middle, but that is quite commendable, and we're just getting started. So we'll catch you next week, Throughput Thursday, 10 a.m., live on the Pipeline. This is Monad in the Morning, the most goated show ever.
Full stop. Monad in the Morning.
Did you want to tell them about that thing coming up?